Hi, ninth grade. Welcome to class today. I would like for all of you to sit down and please take out your computers and take out your notes that I have provided for you, please. Today we're going to be discussing the microscope and the parts of the microscope. We're going to talk about safety and how you should handle them. So I'm going to need everyone's attention and need everyone to be engaged with what we're doing today, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Great. So before we start, let's go over a few things that we need to make sure that we take care of. We will be using our computers today. So at any point in time, should you give your password to anyone else?
No, ma'am.
No, that's right. We don't want to give anyone our passwords because we don't want anyone to be able to access your personal information, right? Great. So in line with that, if you are online and you're interacting with someone, should you ever give them any of your personal information?
No.
Should you ever speak to someone that you do not know? No, we shouldn't do that, especially here in a school setting. We are here to use our technology to learn. That is an expectation from me to you, is that you only visit sites that are approved by me, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Great. I'll provide you with links, so you shouldn't have to try to find anything on your own. So I'll be sure to give you those to you in just a moment. Also want to talk a little bit about when we're online and we're doing research, especially scientific research. If we find something that we think is useful for what we're doing, but we want to put it in our own words, right? Right. Because if we don't put them in our own words, then what does that become?
Plagiarism.
Plagiarism, exactly. If we do put it on our own words, but it's someone else's idea, what do we need to be sure to do?
Cite it.
Cite that resource. Exactly correct. Thank you. Something else that is really important is going to be how we conduct ourselves on the internet. Okay? So, should we ever be mean to someone or say something to someone just because we are behind a computer?
No, ma'am.
No, you're exactly right. We should always be kind and courteous and not say things that we should not. Okay? One other thing that's very important to me is that you do not use the opportunity to cheat. I know that can be a little bit easier when we have our computers and tablets and that kind of thing for our lessons. So I just want to be sure that everyone is aware of that expectation.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, great. Thank you. Also for today's lesson, I expect you to be on the lesson, okay? We don't need to be surfing to any other sites. We don't need to be working on work for anyone else's classes, okay? I will be sure to walk around and make sure that you are on the correct task and that you're doing the work that you should be doing and not visiting any other unapproved sites, okay? So to begin our lesson today, I want to cover a few safety things with you. We will be working with microscopes. We're going to watch this video here shortly, but I want to be sure that we discuss how we handle a microscope, okay? We never grab the microscope by the ocular lens, and we never grab the microscope by the stage or anything like that. So we make sure we grab it by the handle that is provided and grasp it underneath, okay? So we are handling this microscope appropriately to ensure your safety and the safety of this equipment, okay? This equipment is not cheap. It is provided for your use as a student, but we need to make sure we take care of it, okay? Great. Also, we are going to be doing some activities with microscope slides today, and you will need to know how to handle these properly. These are already pre-prepared slides for you. They're labeled. This is housefly legs. It's a wet mount slide. We'll discuss wet mounts here shortly. But you need to make sure that you are always inserting the slide right side up with the label facing you if it's already a prepared slide. And you'll want to make sure that that is placed right over the lens that your light source is on. And also make sure that you're not touching the specimen, okay? It's very important. These slides are already prepared, but they're really delicate, and we want to make sure that we can take care of them because we'll use them for future lessons, okay? Does anybody have any questions before we get started with our lesson today?
No, ma'am.
No? Okay. So, please, can anyone tell me if they've ever seen Honey, I've Shrunk the Kids? Yes, right? Do we like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids? Okay, so tell me what happens in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
The dad shrinks them with a shrink ray.
Okay. Do y'all recall in that scene where he has to take out a magnifying glass to be able to see the kids when he's talking to them?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what is he doing with the magnifying glass?
Looking at the kids.
Yep, but he's magnifying that picture, right? Okay, so that's exactly what we're going to do today with the microscope. So I said these were housefly legs, and they are, but they're prepared, and they're really, really tiny. You can't really see much about them, but when you put them under the microscope, you can see so much more detail about the legs themselves. Okay? Y'all ready to get started?
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. Does anybody have any questions before we get started? No? Great. Thank y'all so much. Let's get going.